Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 1st October 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. And while you are reading your newspaper, try to keep syllabus copy along with you and see the topics which are relevant from our examination point of view and pick those articles. Don't waste your time, okay? And let us see the first article. So see the title, guys. Core sectors output tanks for first time in 42 months. So what is the keyword? Keyword is core sector. So from which subject you will be studying about this core sector? From GS paper 3, economy. So now let us dig deep into this article. Title is saying that core sector output tanks. That means there is decreasing of output from this core sector. So please now tell me what are the reasons for this decreasing of core sector. Okay, what might be the possible reasons? Tell me first. Okay, first of all, tell me which are the industries comes under these core sectors. Yeah, so we have mnemonic FERNS, funds, 3C, fertilizer, electricity, refineries, natural gas, steel, coal, crude oil and cement. So why these sectors decreasing of growth is happening? What might be the reason? Proper infrastructure means? So tell me why there is a decreasing growth of fertilizer in India, why there is decreasing in the growth of electricity, and why there is decreasing of refineries, natural gas, steel, cement, coal, crude oil. What might be the reasons? So one important reason for this coal here is what? So we are moving from non-renewable towards renewable energy sector. And cement, what might be the reason? So there is decreasing of growth in construction sector. So whenever there is decreasing of construction, obviously there will be decreasing of demand for this cement, right? And fertilizers, because of climate change. So there is impact on fertilizer industry. And what about this natural gas? Do we have natural gas reserves in our country? Very less, right? And what about electricity? So now during which season there will be increase in demand for this electricity? During summer season. Now we are having monsoon, right, rainy season. So again there is decrease in the demand for electricity. Obviously it will be having impact on electricity sector. So these are the some possible reasons for decreasing of output of this core sector in month of August. So what are the things that you have to see, the dimensions? First of all, you have to know about which sectors comes under this core sector, and you have to see what are the possible reasons for the declining of growth in this sector. And next you have to see what are the measures we have to take to control this challenge. And you have to say why we need to know about this core sector. So what is significance of core sector? So if our core sector is working properly or if they are showing growth, we can see there is economic growth of our country. If these sectors are not working well, that means it will be having negative impact on our economic growth. So we are using these core sectors working or the performance of this core sector as indicator of our economic growth of the country. And even you have to know about what is this IIP, Index of Industrial Production, and you have to know about this Index of Industrial Production as well. Okay, so why the performance of core sector that we are calculating by this IIP? So if you are having this data of performance of core sector, how it will be useful? It will be useful for effective policy making. And is there any incentives to be given from the government side? We will be knowing that so that we can correct this downfall of core sector such that it will be helpful for economic growth so that we can achieve our target of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Clear? Okay, now let us see exactly what this article is saying about. India's core sectors faced a significant downturn in the month of August. So from last 42 months to this time in the month of August, So we have very less growth in this core sector. So especially we have 8 sectors out of this 6 including coal and electricity, they recorded decrease in their growth. And steel and fertilizers, they showed slower growth. So only steel and fertilizers, they had slower growth, but other than that 6 sectors are performing very badly. Okay, so here what are the key things that you have to see? First one is we can understand contraction of core sector. What is contraction? What is expansion? Contraction means decreasing, right? So there is decreasing of growth or shrinking of this core sector is happening. So it is one of the broader economic challenge that we are facing. And here, if there is no proper growth in this core sector, can we achieve our economic growth? No. So that is the thing we have to remember. So whenever there is contraction core sector is happening, so we are going to have potential vulnerabilities for industrial landscape of India as a whole. And next one here is, yes, there is decline of electricity and coal output is happening. So there is decreasing of electricity generation and even coal output, which indicates that yes, there is some stress which is faced in this energy sector that could affect overall productivity of our economy and as well as stability of our economy. Because if you see any industries, any machine for example, you can take any artificial intelligence, they will be working on electricity. So if the production of electricity had been decreased means obviously the industrial sector will be get most affected. And next one is even steel is also showing very slow growth rate. That means our construction sector is also showing minimal growth. So in construction we need steel for sure and cement for sure. So if construction sector is not doing well means there will be decrease in demand for steel and as well as cement. That is the thing which mainly said. So we can say that there is a very slow growth of infrastructure. Yes. So whenever infrastructure development is not happening, then what will be the impact? What will be the impact? What happens? Money supply in the market will be increased or decreased? What about public spend? Money supply, if infrastructure is decreasing, decrease or increase? Decrease. What about public spending? Public spending in infrastructure obviously will be decreasing, right? Then what about inflation? Can we control the inflation like decreasing of money supply? Right? So this is the one measure is taken by the government like decreasing of public spending, which comes under part of our fiscal policy of government. And next one is even the cement sector is also showing declining because of declining of construction activities. So because of this in upcoming quarters, we are going to see there will be decreasing of economic growth. And even in this natural gas and crude oil trends also there is declining of natural gas and crude oil production. So it mainly says that yes, there are some issues which are present in our energy sector. So we need to take some steps urgently so that we can focus on sustainable growth. Okay, so that is the thing. And here if you see this crude core sectors, so we have 8 core sectors. First one is, as I said, F for fertilizer, E for electricity, R for refineries, N for natural gas, S for steel, and 3 C's. 1 C is for cement, 1 C is for crude oil, and next one is coal. And you have to remember those 8 sectors for sure. You will be getting question like, consider the following and which among the following are core sectors, which are not the core sector. Choose the correct code or choose the incorrect code. So in this way also you can expect a question in your prelims. So you should be very much careful about that. So why we are seeing this core sector growth is happening or not, why we are monitoring this? Because it is acting as a crucial indicator of the overall health of our Indian economy. And if you're having a very strong growth rate, then we can say that it will be having positive economic outlook. If they are not performing well, we can say that they will be having very negative economic outlook. Okay, so see this article guys. Vaishnav visits Japan to clear bullet train hurdles ahead of Modi's visit. So what this article is talking about? What is the keyword? Identify fast. Bullet train. Okay, so what is this bullet train is about? Bullet train project. Between which and which countries? India and Japan. So do you know Like what is the route? Mumbai to? Mumbai to? Remember this, Mumbai to Ahmedabad bullet train. So actually this article is talking about one keyword. What is that keyword? Is about bullet train. So from which subjects we can connect this topic? Yes, from GS paper 3, science and technology, because it is one of the advancement in your railways. And even we can talk about this in GS paper 3 under economy. So in economy, we have infrastructures, and in this infrastructure you will be studying about different types of public private partnership models. So from there also you can get question. And next one here is from GS paper 1 under geography, in your economic geography you will be studying about modes of transport. In that, can you add this article under railways? Yes. So from geography you can talk about this railways. And actually it is not only the project of India, so we came up with collaboration with Japan. So can we connect with this under GS paper to IR regarding India Japan relations? Okay. And even last but not least, from GS paper 2 under society and social issues, we can understand how this bullet train will be having positive impact on the people, right? Okay, now what are the dimensions you have to see? First one is what is this bullet train project is about, and you have to see what are the features of this bullet train. So on these features you can get a prelims question, like what is the length, what is the speed, and even we know that we are having like Vande Bharat Express, which had been very success now, and you can see about that Vande Bharat in news recently. So what are the difference between this Vande Bharat and bullet train? So in this way also you can get a question. And next you have to see what are the pros of this bullet train and what are the cons. Okay, so if you cover this, you can cover your prelims and as well as mains point of view. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. So our senior officials led by our Union Railway Minister, so he is going to have a trip to Japan, because this project is between India and Japan, to resolve the problems which are related to deadlock between India and Japan. So actually, if we want to go for any railway project, so what will be the hurdles we have? Tell me those. What are the challenges? What are the challenges? Huh? Yeah, investment next. Investment next. Time, okay. Next. Come on, next. Yes, very good. Land acquisition. Next. Next, tell me fast. Huh? Next. Yes, deforestation, very good. Is that trend compatible with our old railway track that we are having? No. Next. Incompatible. So actually one important problem, actually this project which came 5 years ago itself, which had been signed, but 5 years onwards there is no forwarding of this bullet train in India because of this problem called as land acquisition. So actually this project is going towards a national park. So Environment Ministry is not giving the land clearance, and it also leads to large scale of deforestation. For this, people are not accepting. So because of this, this project had been stalled from last 5 years. So here, our railway related minister, he is going to Japan to resolve these issues between India and Japan. Okay, now if you see this infographic, you can understand about this Mumbai to Ahmedabad high speed train project. It is also called as bullet train. So actually Japan is going to provide both technical and as well as financial support, and the cost here is 1,10,000 crore rupees for this project, and the length of this track, it is just 508 kilometers, and the speed here is 350 kilometers per hour. So what is the speed of Vande Bharat Express? Vande Bharat, 160 kmph, right? Now it is 350. That means double. So whatever the track that you're having, is it compatible with this double speed of train? And even you can write about covered system, European system, and even you can add about some recent examples of railway accidents in India. And next one here is the journey time will be just 2 hours from this Mumbai to Ahmedabad. It will be very, very less. And actually planned of completion of this project is December 2023 itself. But what is the date today? 1st October 2024, but even it had not been started. That means this project is having lots and lots of hurdles. Okay, so what are the pros? Yes, if you are getting this bullet train, we are going to get alternate mode of transport that will decongest the roads, and also the speed of bullet train is very fast so that we can save the time, and even we can boost the business in the large cities. And next one is we can also improve the interconnectedness between towns and cities so that we can reduce the hassle of commuting, and as well as we can also reduce the problem of migration from rural to urban areas. And even we will be having safety in our Indian railways because they are getting good advanced technology from the other countries, so that it will be not like our Indian rails. And this one here is okay, environment friendly also. So they will be also decreasing pollution, and the emissions of carbon dioxide for passenger per kilometer is very less compared to that of automobiles like bus or anything. Okay, and this one here is because of this project we will be getting investment from Japan and as well as technology, so that will be helpful for the economic growth, and even it will be creating huge employment opportunities as well. So these are the pros of this bullet train project. So what are the cons? Cons are nothing but, so if we want to get this kind of high speed trains, so we need most of investment. So there will be like very high cost for the government of India. And even if the Japan is saying that we are going to provide the financial support, again we have to give in return with interest. So it will be again burden on the government exchequer. And next one here is it will also sometimes leads to delays because the project had been here. Japan also need to come here and they have to do the work. So because of this there may be delays, and the future fluctuations of inflation can also be there. So for example, if this project had been started 5 years ago, the cost of cement, the cost of iron, steel, everything had been less. But if we want to start now, again the prices will be almost doubled. So again what happens, there will be increasing of cost of this project further. And even if you're having that high technology, the price will be obviously increased. So if you're having the normal trains will be like 1200 to 1500 per ticket, now it will be 4000 to 5000. So the ticket cost is very high. And next one here is it will be becoming affordable only for the rich people, not for the poor. So again that will cause us inequality in the society. And next one here is land acquisition problem. So another obstacle here is delaying of this project is because of large scale displacement of people, and it also moving through a national park. So because of this, deforestation is also one important problem that you can highlight. So see this image, what does this image is about? What is there in that image? Okay, which rhinoceros? How many horns are there? Only one, right? There is one horned rhinoceros. So where can we see this one horned rhinoceros in India? Kaziranga next. Only Kaziranga. Okay, so Kaziranga is in which state? Okay, so in Assam, do we have only one national park or any other national parks? Only one. So whenever you are reading any national park in any state, you have to see other national parks in that state. So here you will be getting a question like, consider the following national parks. Choose the correct code given below, which says the national parks which located in Assam, national parks located in Arunachal Pradesh. So especially they will focus on south and northeast, because many students they don't know even the boundaries of northeast. Okay. Yeah, so actually this image in newspaper talked about one horned rhinoceros in this Pobitora wildlife sanctuary. and it is also located in Assam. Okay, so this Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary is the highest density of one-horned rhinoceros which are present in Assam after the Kaziranga National Park. So first, where we can see this high number of this one-horned rhinoceros, it is in Kaziranga National Park, and second place here is Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. And next one is it is often called as even mini Kaziranga because it is having the similar landscape and as well as vegetation. And actually this sanctuary is home to this one-horned rhinoceros and even other mammals like leopards and leopard cat, fishing cat, jungle cat, feral buffalo, wild pigs. So actually once there was question regarding this fishing cat. Fishing cat is commonly seen in. So whenever you are reading about any animal, you have to know about natural habitat where it is endemic. So apart from in India, so in which countries we can see that? Especially you know about northeastern region, which is sharing boundary with different countries, right? So it is sharing boundary with Bhutan, China, Bangladesh, Myanmar. So whether that animal is present only in India or it is moving. Okay, so like that you will be getting questions. So don't confuse when you are reading about any species. Okay, and about 72% of this sanctuary which is contains wet savanna region. So even whenever you are reading any national park, you have to know which kind of vegetation is located. So in vegetation, we have evergreen forest, we have rainforest, we have deciduous forest, we have conical forest, like that. Which kind of vegetation is there? Because every year you will be getting at least one question regarding natural vegetation in your prelims. It is one of the repeated theme. Okay, so you have to know about that. And actually, what is the invasive species that we can see? Invasive species hyacinth, water hyacinth. It will be very, very beautiful to look, but it is invasive species. And actually in Assam, we have 5 national parks. So you know about this Kaziranga and Manas. Everyone will be knowing those two. But other than that, we have Dibru Sikhowa, we have Nameri, we have Rajiv Gandhi Orang National Park. So these are the 5 national parks which are located in the state of Assam. And next one here is withdraw notification declaring parts of Western Ghats as eco-sensitive, says Karnataka. So Karnataka, guys, what is happening in Karnataka? No idea. I'm in Hyderabad, ma'am. I'm not in Karnataka. What is the keyword here? What is the keyword in this article? Eco-sensitive. Okay, so what does this eco-sensitive area means? So why we need to maintain this eco-sensitive area? Okay, why Western Ghats in some areas government declared it as eco-sensitive? Eco-sensitive areas. Okay, biodiversity and ecosystem. Forgot. Environment हो गया space में. Come on, tell me. Eco-sensitive regions. What is this eco-sensitive regions? Vilas sir is coming today, and I will ask him to ask questions of environment. Come on, tell me. What is eco-sensitive areas? So why now Karnataka is asking to withdraw declaring of some areas of Western Ghats to remove as the status of ecologically sensitive area? For infrastructure, okay, next. For native species, next. Come on, think. Recall something that you learn in your environment class. Okay, so at least tell me from which subject you will be reading with this ecosystem areas? Environment and ecology. Next, disaster management. Very good. Next, geography. Vilas sir subjects. Next. Next, from society and even economy also you can read this. Okay, so here Karnataka government has requested Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to withdraw a draft notification declaring parts of Western Ghats as eco-sensitive areas. So can you tell me any committee recommendations related to this Western Ghats? Yes, Kasturi Rangan committee. So actually, based on this Kasturi Rangan committee recommendations, now government declared, that is government of India declared some areas in Western Ghats as ecologically sensitive areas. So now here state government is involving and Karnataka state government requested now union government to remove those parts which declared as ecologically sensitive region. So why? Because local people are raising concerns. And next one is they are also saying that if any area is declared as ecologically sensitive area, so people should be displaced from those areas. Thousands of residents and multiple districts are going to negatively impact because of this decision. So if you see the key details, so government saying that, especially government of Karnataka took this decision to reject Kasturi Rangan committee because there is a strong local opposition to central environmental policies. So local people don't want to declare that area as ecological sensitive areas. And now here government of Karnataka is saying that we need local governance in ecological matters. So try to remove that areas. And next one is public sentiment. So here anonymous objection from elected representatives which reflect that yes, there is a widespread local apprehension about potential socio-economic impact. So if any area which is declared as ecological sensitive areas, so here the activities will be get limited. So even the local rights will be get compromised. Okay, so because of this now state government of Karnataka is giving importance for community over environmental legislation. And next one is this notification will be having negative impact on nearly 150 villages and across 33 talukas. So it will be a great challenge for local people. Okay, so if they had been declared means so there will be no development, no infrastructure. Okay, and there will be adverse impact on the livelihoods of the people. And next one here is Karnataka government also wants to reject this Kasturi Rangan committee recommendations because of strong local opposition. Okay, so that is the thing, same thing. Okay, so here if you see about this ecological or ecologically sensitive areas, so according to the guidelines which is given by Environment Ministry in 2011, eco-sensitive zones are created as shock absorbers and they want to protect these areas so that they have to minimize the impact on these fragile ecosystems. They want to control certain human activities which are taking place nearby by declaring this ecologically sensitive regions. And these areas, they are meant as transition zones from areas which are requiring higher protection, those who are requiring lesser protection. So this will be acting as a buffer zone. Okay, and here the day-to-day activities of people who are living in this area, they will be having some impact, and even there will be some restricted activities like they should not go for mining or everything here. Okay, so because of this it will be having impact on the local people. So now there is a strong resistance from the Karnataka government. And now see this article, having private participation in India's nuclear energy. So what is the keyword? Nuclear energy. So what are the recent advancements in India's nuclear energy? So with which countries we came up with agreements in the recent past? In the civil nuclear energy. So who came to India? South? Very good. So recently India has visited which countries? Brunei, Singapore, Saudi Arabia crown came into India. So with these countries, do we have any agreement regarding civil nuclear pact? And even in our budget, also government said that we have a potential of enhancing renewable energy. So what are the things explained there? Two things. One is solar and next one is small modular reactors. Yes, do you recall all these things? So this article is talking about small modular reactors. Okay, am I making any sense? Like connecting with the past current affairs? So tell me where you will be reading about, where, in which subject you will be connecting about the small modular reactors? In which subject? Science and technology next. Okay. From GS paper 3, environment and ecology next. And from GS paper 2, international relations regarding recent pacts of India with other countries. So what are the dimensions you have to see, guys? So what are the small modular reactors? What are the advantages? what are the disadvantages, and you have to see on which principle it will be working. Okay, so these are from your science and technology. From international relations, you have to see India bilateral relations with the country where we are having this civil nuclear agreements. And from environment and ecology, you have to know about what is this nuclear energy, what are the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy, right? Okay, let us see what this article is talking about. So in July 2024, India's government announced the plans to expand nuclear energy sector. So how? Through private partnership. And we want to develop small modular reactors and new technologies in our nuclear energy. So why? Because we have an aim of generating renewable energy. So how much? 500 gigawatts of non-fossil fuel energy, and the target year is 2030. So already earlier we had a target of 125 gigawatts of solar energy, and we already achieved that. Later on we increased our INDCs to 500 gigawatts of non-fossil fuel energy by 2030. So to achieve this target, not only solar, we have to focus on small modular reactors. So this thing which already said in our recent budget as well, right? After once the new government formed after this Lok Sabha elections, so said about small modular reactors. So if you want to make this small modular reactors, can government alone can do it within this very less period of time? No, they are coming up with private sector partnership. Okay, so if you see the key things here, so government is focusing on coming up with initiatives to expand our nuclear energy through private sector involvement so that we can meet our future energy demands and even our sustainability goals. So can we achieve sustainable development goals by 2030 by increasing of private sector participation? Yes, right? So under this also, if you want to relate with SDGs also, you can connect this article as an example. And next one here is legal framework limitations. So the Atomic Energy Act, which also having the strict provisions to restrict private participation. So actually one important loophole or challenge we are having here is in our atomic energy. So there is no permission of entering of this private people. But if you want to achieve this target of developing small modular reactors, now government said that we are going for private participation. That means we have to do some reforms in our laws and legislations so that we can ensure private investments while securing the safety of the country and as well as regulatory compliance and legal compliance. They will be following the rules and regulations. And next one here is the one more challenge here is according to Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act, and Supreme Court also dismissal the about unpredictable environment of potential investors. Actually in our act, so there is no clarity regarding can we include private investors or not in this atomic energy, and even Supreme Court also dismissed about this thing like for protection of environment can we include private in this atomic energy. So this is also one more challenge we are having. And if you are going for this public private partnership model, yes, what will be the advantages? We will be getting investments, we will be getting technology, and next, yes, we can also achieve the targets within the time limit. Next, we can also maintain accountability and transparency, and even there will be increasing of competitiveness of services so that there will be efficient service delivery system as well. So we are having this. So now what can be done? So here, whatever this atomic energy regulatory board we have, so we have to ensure effective oversight on this, and here this board need to take the responsibility of controlling private investment in our nuclear energy. So this is the thing that can be done now. And even if you're talking about why we are attracting this private people, especially for getting investments, because already we are facing financial crunch in our country. Always there will be deficit only. There will be not at all any time. Since we got independence, not even a single time we had surplus. So always we will be having deficit. So we have to attract this private sector so that we can get investment of around $26 billion so that we can have the improvements in our technology. But the problem here is we need a proper even oversight and proper monitoring, proper audits, increasing of accountability and transparency. So this is the thing that we need to taken care of. So what are the small modular reactors? They are advanced nuclear reactors and they have the capacity of generation of power up to 300 megawatts per unit. It is very less compared to that of normal traditional power reactors. But one important advantage here is, so they can produce energy of low carbon electricity. So small means nothing but it is having the size is very less compared to that of conventional traditional nuclear reactors, and modular means so they have the same components but they will be assembled in a simple unit. And next one is reactors, nothing but they will be following this nuclear fission reactions, like we will be using same uranium or thorium for generation of electricity. So the same thing. So say this article, India's silver dividend, challenge to opportunity. So what is the keyword? Silver dividend. What is the silver dividend? Silver, who will be having white hair? Yes. So actually this article is talking about old age people. So old age people are increasing day by day. So because of this, we are having challenges. So tell me, what are the challenges we are having because of increasing of old age people? Come on. So by the names, try to extract something. Next, tell me. So what are the problems of old age people? So actually we got one question GS paper one, that is demographic winter. Demographic winter, one synonym here is silver dividend. Okay, now tell me, what are the problems of increasing of old age people? Do we have advantage or do we have more negatives? Then what happens if in your house if there is increasing of old people, what will be the problems? Yes, health cost will be increased and government need to give pensions now. And even in our Ayushman Bharat, 70 plus years you're getting compulsory insurance. Next, yeah, they will be dependents, they will be not contributing to GDP, right? So those are the things which given here, nothing more, nothing less. So India's elderly population projected to grow significantly. It is also posing both our challenges and as well as opportunities. So with rising of healthcare cost, and there will be chronic alignments, like they will be having chronic diseases like heart diseases, lung diseases, kidney diseases, they can't even walk, they will be having problems in their bones, right? So they will be having chronic alignments with the seniors, so that here obviously government need to take some steps in providing of health, providing an finance like pension schemes. And even here we have to focus on well-being and as well as inclusion of these people in even the policy making, right? Okay, now if you see the details, so there is increasing of elderly population signifies that there is demographic shift, and the government need to take some immediate steps for the policy makers to ensure that adequate resources are allocated for them and the services which are available for them. And next one is, even whenever there is increasing of silver hair or white hair, then what happen? There will be increasing of healthcare burden on the government. And next one here is, government need to take some multi-sectoral approach, that is like health should be included, social security can be included, economic and digital initiatives, because they can't go to hospital, right? So they need some digital initiatives as well, so that it will be helpful for improving of quality of life. And even those people, they need financial empowerment as well. And even they don't have proper digital literacy, so we have to improve that digital literacy as well. And next one here is, yes, silver economy represents a significant economic segment in our country, especially the worth of the silver economy is rupees 73,082 crores in our country. So here we are also going to get substantial benefit from this old age people as well. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, any doubts? So whenever you are getting this kind of keywords, try to understand the meaning of that. So if you understand the meaning, you can write something. Okay. So don't think that I never saw this word anywhere. So don't have that mindset. So try to squeeze something from that and write something which is related to that in your examination hall. So don't leave any answer. Okay. So in this way, you can tackle your mains. Obviously, there will be 2 to 3 questions for sure in your examination paper that you don't know. But in that examination anxiety, everything, you'll be feeling that even at that time you can't remember something. I know that pressure how it will be, but even though, you have to maintain some peace in the examination hall and try to write something relevant, because something is better than nothing. So even if you're getting 1 or 2 marks, then it will be good, right? Okay. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding, and I am preparing the quiz like every day, 5 questions on the current affairs, whatever I'm discussing in the class. And from today onwards, I will be sharing you the link in our groups so that you can take the test every day. So don't forget, okay? So that you can understand how the questions can be asked in your UPSC. So that's all, guys. If you really like this class, hit the like button and please do share this class to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy.